Hello, hello. Welcome back to the bog. I'm Willow, and I'll be your guiding light. Today, we'll be diving back into Menace, picking up where we left off after our first completed operation. Last time, we spent a lot of time looking through the black market for some new guns, and we had to leave Rebel behind due to the damage her ride sustained. Wasn't a problem, though, as Darby absolutely mowed down the aliens we faced. All in all, a few casualties didn't stop the mission being successful. Now, let's get into our next operation. Back on the Wayback Map. Alright, so we just finished our first mission. We've got a bunch of stuff to spend. Looks like we got a bunch of new mission options. We've made some progress with people, but it looks like our trust level didn't fully make it to level 1, so maybe it's 15 based on the way the numbers look for each box. So hopefully we'll get some rewards the next time we make Dice of the Gods happy. Got a new message from Hayflick.
Already mingling with the locals, are we? I am sure your secretary will advise you otherwise. But take it from me. Be careful who you help out there, General Crozier. Sorry. Major... Whoever you are. End of line.
Alright, I still don't like Zama.
Major, we are not welcome in the way back. However, the Impetus is easily the fastest ship in the system. We have no political allegiances, and our Marines are an elite fighting force. Whether they like us or not, a faction refusing our assistance leaves them with the possibility that a more cooperative competitor might grow stronger. In time, all of these factions will be asking us for help lest they want to be left in the dust.
Makes sense to me. There's basically a rogue mercenary group in this system, and now they all have to deal with it.
As for Field Marshal Zama, do we need an intelligence report for someone who speaks to us so unintelligently? Let us resume the mission, Major, and let our results speak for themselves.
Yeah, you tell them, Hayflick. Alright, nice. So we have more reasons to not like that guy, but I didn't really need them. We'll look at the mission set in a little bit in the system map. Right now, I want to see if I can do anything with the OCI. I've got no intelligence. Oh, yeah, we can, it looks like, put things on. Right now, it seems like all of these sections have the same list of upgrade options. In a similar vein to before, I'm only going to look at what I actually have like within possible range. So I'm not going to go digging into all of the hull stuff or the medbay upgrades, but I will look at the armament and electronics ones. We're going to be exploring more systems for a bit. We got minigun strafing, dropship minigun strafing run. Equips the dropship with a long barrel minigun extending from front to tail, particularly deadly against clusters of soft targets. Gain the off-map ability minigun strafing, which fires 5 tiles with suppressive minigun fire. Alright, so yeah, soft targets are like enemy infantry and things like that. This is one of the things that gives us the ability to dig people out of cover or just deal damage to a large group. My guess is it has limited number of uses per mission, and so if we use it on one deployment, we can't use it on others. Unguided missile strike we saw in the tutorial. Ship-to-ship missiles ordinarily used to defend the Impetus in space are now jury-rigged to be used against ground targets. The sighting systems do not function terrestrially, leaving the weapons somewhat inaccurate, but the large explosive payloads only have to land close. Gain the off-map ability Unguided Missile Strike, which drops a dummy missile into a generalized area. That's one we saw in the tutorial. Seemed like it did a lot of damage to everything in an area. So definitely intriguing, but we're nowhere near being able to afford that. Electronics. Sensor Array. Sensor arrays help penetrate enemy electronic defense systems so as to gather and process battlefield data. Gain +1 intelligence. We learned a little bit before where intelligence was kind of, we get more details than just vague enemies and vague positions. Yeah, if we upgrade it, it's +2 intelligence. I'm heavily inclined to get the minigun strafing because right now I don't know enough about the game to like, if the intelligence from the sensor tells me that there's you know, a certain type of alien. I haven't met that many, so as a better than not chance, I don't really know what it does. And right now, I don't have a lot of options for what I'm fielding, so it's unlikely that I'm going to be able to change what I'm doing much. Whereas, like, being able to blow something away with some minigun fire seems very useful. Squads. Ah, it looks like Rewa. Yeah, so after the mission, our vehicle is fully healed. So that is something to take in mind that I was neglecting. While they can take a lot of hits, they do have 1 health bar, it seems like, for the entire mission, unless I gain some way to improve them. Limb lost 2 squaddies. I'm going to give them back just so that it looks nicer. Black market. Brief scan. Looks like there is some slight variation to what is available. The special weapons look like they might be different. Maybe. CMG 50. Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, so there's some different options here. And then hiring, we've got nobody because I haven't paid for that. Awesome. So that's a brief overview of that. Let's look at our missions. Remember, every time we do a mission, the timers will all count down. So right now I can pick from any of these, but this one will go away the fastest. If I click on it, can I look at it? Yeah. This is on Dice of the Gods, Tundra Ice Casinos. I still think casinos is a great thing. Thwart Invasion. A large pirate fleet secretly gathered over the past months while amassing ships. This is atypical for pirates, but the goals are lofty. The invasion plans to loot as much as possible until dispersing again. Already, local forces are overwhelmed and need our help. Another venture, Marine. My benefactress has something lined up, as do I. I suppose you'll have to get to theirs first, unfortunately. She's really trying to have sex with me, and I'm very distressed by this. We don't have a sense of how difficult this is. We just see the plus 18 with Dice of the Gods. I don't see much of anything else. I'm assuming the 3 dots tell me how many deployments there are. And it looks like this is up against, I would assume, like a pirate faction. We've got on Mock, which is desert, barren, scorched sand. Yeah, this is the hellscape planet. A counterinsurgency. An aggressive warband of pirates made an unexpected planetfall and have spread over a concerningly large area. Local forces have been outmatched by the pirates' audacious tactics. The TCR needs to insert, secure the area, and ultimately find and destroy the pirates' base of operations. Salutations, Marine. We would hazard against hiring of Huron Reach members. They refuse to accept the situation of the way back and are thus opportunistic interlocutors at best. All the same. So this actually gives us plus 18 versus well, it's the same. So those seem to be equivalent. And then on the backbone, which is the nice, happy, temperate forest planet, civilized. Counterinsurgency. Yeah, so same basic type of mission. We're most interested in seeing you repeat your recent success, outsider. So the plus 18 will push us into trust level 1 with Dice of the Gods or with the Backbone. Dice of the Gods are the criminal group. The Backbone are the unbent true rulers of the system. And the Zane Beecher Corps is a spooky corporation. I'm less inclined to go for their mission because I don't know exactly what trust bonus gives, but it's always good in games like this. And so it comes down to Dice of Gods or the Backbone. And I have a much higher trust level with this faction, and am already used to this planet. Additionally, this has the shortest timer, so if I want to maintain the most options, it's probably worth going to Dice of the Gods over going to the Backbone, because I'll have more opportunities to go here. So we're going to plan on going here. I'm going to, I believe, from what I remember, I can do all of these options from in the mission, so I want to get more information before I commit my resources to something. So we're going to start the Thwart Invasion operation. Ooh. Oh, wow. Okay. So before we only had one start and one end. Now we have two starts, three in the middle instead of two in the middle, and one end. I gotta get the the nomenclature right. They are operations with each mission. All right, so we've got hunt down saboteurs and seize GTAM site. Hunt down saboteurs, difficulty 2. We have more supplies. We have progressed. Ahead of the main force, the pirates send out saboteurs and infiltrators aboard small civilian ships to prepare for the invasion. Search the designated area and clear out all saboteur units that manage to slip through our security screens. And so this one we have to destroy 80% of the enemy forces. We have our classic, complete it without losing a squad or vehicle, try not to get the civilians killed, do it quickly, destroy less than 3 structures, and defeat the ringleader. Alright, so this is basically get in there, quickly, take things out, try not to have too much collateral damage with rockets or explosives or anything like that. The reward is pirate hopes and dreams. Even pirates have plans, and plans can always be disrupted. No plans, no trinkets. Pirate units will receive the frustrated emotional state, 10% reduction in discipline. So that's really interesting for, like, I don't know how much discipline pirates have. I'm not guessing a lot. And so hammering that further could do a lot for me. It could make the pirates break really easy under fire. We also have the seized GTAM site. GTAM? Boarding commandos seized crucial ground-to-air missiles. Oh yeah, GTAM, ground-to-air missile systems to allow for the arrival of more pirate vessels. Send out a detachment to seize and hold the site and bring the air defenses back online. So we have to secure the target acquisition radar and secure the launcher battery. That makes sense. We need the ability to target enemies and the ability to shoot at enemies. And so this is secure 2 different sites, kind of like the last mission we did with the 2 sabotage sites, but no need to evac afterwards. Again, we have our classic do the mission fast, do it without losing anybody, destroy more than 80% of all enemy forces. I'm learning is a good objective to have on a mission like this, because once I've secured the 2 locations, I can bail whenever I want, or I can go hunt down the rest of them for extra stars, and then do not destroy more than 1 structure. Oh boy. I haven't blown up any yet, but they could be pretty easy to break if you're not careful. I'm not sure. The GTAM Defense Network would be our reward. GTAM sites specialize in interdiction and can deal devastating blows to supply lines. Enemy supply points reduced by 15%, and so that just seems like it just reduces the overall strength of our enemies by 15%, which seems very good. Probably a little bit better than the discipline reduction, because just fighting less enemies with less effective gear is very, very good. And the discipline reduction only matters some of the time. Let's say if 2 bursts of my carbine is enough to make a pirate panic, lowering the discipline a little bit, if that doesn't change how many bursts of my carbine it requires, then it doesn't actually do anything. And so reducing the enemy numbers or gear overall seems pretty good. I'm going to look at the next 3 missions, because what I pick for the first mission will limit what I can pick for the second one, but we're not going to go super deep into anything until we get there. Sabotage supply infrastructure would give us fuel depots. Fuel depots provide the logistical means to get from A to Z. Without a proper POL replacement stream, one might find themselves limping into combat. All pirate vehicles have their movement range reduced for the rest of this operation. I don't know how many vehicles the pirates deploy, so that could be really good or really bad. Cache of looted goods. Pirates often stockpile recently looted goods into one place, and not just trinkets either. Gain a random local forces item. So that seems like we get a random pirate item as a reward, so that could be good or bad. It does look like that mission does have more skulls attached to it, so it's probably a more difficult mission. And we got rescue and disengage. which is a 1 skull mission. We got, you know, 2 2 skulls, a 2 skull, a 3 skull, and a 1 skull. The reward for this would be an improvised metal workshop. This is an active enemy asset. It grants its bonus to the enemy faction on this operation. It will be disabled for the rest of the operation when the corresponding mission is completed. Increase armor for all enemy pirate turrets and vehicles by 20%. Ah, so this is active no matter what. Is there one for the final one? No, okay. So no matter what, they have an improvised metal workshop, and they're getting increased armor for their vehicles and their turrets, always. If I do this mission, it will mean for the remaining missions, which is only the final one, they won't have that benefit. Again, I don't really know, so both of these missions have rewards that could be good, could be bad, and so I'm not super fussed. Given that, I would rather take the GTAM site and get that reduced enemy supplies over the reduction in their morale. If we quickly jump to plan mission, because I can always go back, I can see that if I want to add Rewa with her gun, and I added a mission, I'm 86 over my cap, with all of my squads at 8. If I reduce my less effective squads a little bit, I'm still over the cap, so I'd have to drop everything down to 6. And that would actually get me perfectly if I added no other things, but I'm definitely going to want to do an upgrade. I'm definitely going to look at the black market, so we'll see we'll see how this works, but I think getting some upgrades for a couple of squaddies is probably worth it. And having Rewa for this type of mission just seems super important, because I was really struggling on move speed before. Going to the OCI, I want that sweet, sweet minigun strafing. They can't be changed during operations. Oh man, can I? Okay, so we're going to do a quick reload and get back to this spot. All right, so I did some investigation. This is an example of why I don't like playing on Iron Man mode, and the type of reloads I'm comfortable doing. In this instance, I'm not operating off of, well, I'm operating off a little bit of new knowledge, but the ability to use the strafing run is something that I think will be fun. And I don't like having to play everything super safe, because that just feels really paranoid and unpleasant. And so I'm more than happy to reload back if it's not going to have a big impact. And I checked, and the mission layout is set when you get the mission offered to you. So I can go in here and I can purchase the dropship minigun strafing run. And it looks like that actually repairs some of my ships, so things are looking a little bit better. But if I go back and I select Dice of the Gods and the Thwart Invasion mission, and I start it, you'll see that all of the missions are the same. They were generated ahead of time, and so I can still go in and plan this mission. If you have thoughts or opinions on the reload, let me know, but I like to play games to have fun, not just to struggle, and struggling because I've misread how a system works on a thing like this. It just costs me a mission of having a cool ability, and that just isn't that fun. For the black market, we do have quite a bit of money, and we do have some promotions available. What we learned on the last mission was that, oh boy, better primary weapons are so much better. This crowbar battle rifle compared to the carbine, it has longer range, it does more damage, it has more penetration, it has more suppression. This thing was just absolutely incredible. What I do want to do is I want to go in and I want to level up Lim again, because that's kind of his big thing. And we'll look at his next level, but I am also really interested in some of his early perks, weirdly enough. So we have Buff, 2-a-days, bear crawls, suicides and shuttles, momentary urges to die, harden one against death itself, plus 3 HP per squad mate, removes encumbered effect from heavy armor and weapons. So this is good if he's taken damage, if I want to use heavy armor and weapons. So far, the health of the soldiers, I mean, I have had a couple people die, but most of the deaths have been to single heavy weapons, so I'm not that worried about it, and I don't have anything heavy. Bags and belts, damn right that's my purse. Yeah, you bet it is, boy. Expand accessory slots by 1. I haven't been struggling to use those. Like, I haven't been struggling to fill them. I don't have a ton of items yet, so not my big thing. Mobile infantry. Warning, repeated embarkation and disembarkation of hardware, particularly moving ones, may inflict injuries such as sore backs, disintegration of knee ligaments, and athlete's foot. Some soldiers report the motions being a little rough on the neck. Squad leader can enter and exit vehicles for 5 AP. Squad leader also receives additional cover from vehicles. And so this is really, really good if I want to have a dedicated get in and out of the van guy. We're not that specialized yet, so I'm not too worried about it. Stubborn. Momentarily bending, never breaking. Removes the minus 30 AP suppressed debuff. This seems really good, but the things I note, this doesn't stop you being suppressed. It doesn't help with getting the pinned status effect, and suppressed forces you to deploy and tanks your aim by 50%, which means that I'm not that fussed about the 30 AP. It does let you move a little farther if you're suppressed or get an extra shot off. But if you're blind firing back with your suppressed character, you're in a bad place. Return of serve. In tennis, they might call this love, but I think we gotta come up with a different name. Squad leader will throw back enemy grenades once per turn. This is incredible if you're being grenaded. I haven't been yet, so I'm not that worried. Yeah, that's how it is. The most interesting thing for me is this running gun, where you can stay on the move. I really want to try this. It sounds like a lot of fun, so we're going to give it a shot. None of the tier 2 perks really jump out at me. Haven't been grenaded, don't have that many items, don't want to have him stuck to a vehicle. I don't like stubborn. Buff seems pretty good, but I'd rather take an offensive perk than a defensive perk right now. So we're going to try giving him running gun.
Service is always an active value.
You're so right it is, my man. Alright, so you've got running gun now. That means having something good at close range, letting him get in and out, seems like it might be pretty good. So we're going to see if we can find him a weapon that's default is a burst on the close range. The arc would be a great example of that. That has a burst of 3 rounds and then a suppressing action as well. It's short range, but it seems like it could be quite useful for him. The K-Pack, the lower damage is really rough, even if it does have higher armor penetration. But you gotta remember, I do have these rend ammos, and so being able to just rip something's armor apart with a high armor damage weapon seems pretty interesting to me. This is another crowbar. These seem really good, but right now I'm looking for a more close range weapon for him. The SPC, yeah, this was the short range one. This one has terrible damage, but fires more shots. It's got a 8 hit point, 9 by 5, versus 12, 13 by 3, and so we're looking at like 36 versus 40. It has slightly shorter range, but has a longer range option. I'd probably rather just have the arc, especially for almost half price. And then the triple P is even shorter range, and I don't think we're quite at that yet. So I like the idea of the arc for him. Generally, I want to use the higher cost items first because they're harder to balance, so to speak. I still have plenty of money, so I can definitely get another weapon for my other squad, or I can get some accessories. I don't know if I have enough for a special. We got some vehicle accessories that might be within our budget range. I think we're just out of range for that one. But vehicle accessories, smoke launchers. Instead of launch tubes that fire a salvo of 3 smoke grenades to form a screen in front of the vehicle, can be used 2 times. Now that's really interesting for getting someone out of a bad situation. I don't think I can afford that and a primary weapon, unfortunately, and these carbines are really letting me down. Though I could go back to the strategy I tried where I have Pike with a tiny squad and maybe just hand him a special weapon. I'm gonna try that. I really want to see how these smoke grenades play out. We're gonna take back one of those and we're gonna put 9 of these in. So this is an even purchase, and I can... Whoop. I go to my squads. Lim, I don't want to have the carbine. I want you to have the arc rifle. I want you to have as many people as you can get. I don't want you to have this special weapon. And I want you to have the rend ammo so you can pump out the maximum damage. Darby's got her crowbar and her bonus ammo. That's great. Pike, you're gonna have a tiny team. You're all by yourself right now. You've got a carbine, but I do want to give you either a mining laser or, ooh, we have the rocket launcher. Yeah, this was our anti-vehicle weapon. I'm gonna give him this one because it is a very long range, and I don't really want to give a short range weapon to somebody who is incredibly susceptible to being shot and killed. We're gonna try giving you a rocket launcher, just having you... How many people do you need? You need 2 squaddies to have that. And they can have carbines because I got so many carbines. I got my smoke grenades for Wewa. So if I go to the planned mission, I've blown my limit with the smoke grenades, the rocket launcher, and the improved stuff. Is that even with a reduction in squad size? Okay, so we are learning as we go. The vehicle person just costs so much. You can see even our most expensive standard squad is 221 and she is 305, and so it is costing us a lot to have her on the team. Can I even do this if I chunk you guys down to half-size squads? I knock one off you and give one back to you. No, that won't help. He doesn't need this. Ooh. Am I comfortable deploying 2 squads of 5 to have this? On the missions, day clear, I need to secure 2 sites quickly without losing people, and we can see there's a lot of pirates up and to the left. Man, I'm really dubious about sending squads of 6 in, but I am really curious to see how it goes, and we're learning. So I think we're gonna go for it. We're gonna see how this plays out. Now, the main issue we have here is that I'm gonna want the lion's share, all of their forces from the top left, and so what I'm kind of thinking is I want Darby over here. She's got the longest range and the person I'm most comfortable with having a little bit on her own. I want Rewa in the middle, and then if I put the 2 of you guys over here, you can run up and capture this, but still be close enough to provide support, especially with Rewa in the middle. I'm gonna move her a little bit to the left. But with that, we're gonna give this one a shot. Here we go.
Time to shut up and color, boys. Good?
All right. Looks like we have to spend 6 rounds worth of stuff. Then we have our minigun strafing. It's free. We have 1 use. Has a delay of 1, which I don't know if it's 1 full turn or 1 action. We can see our first area is really close, and our second area is a little bit farther away. Now, given how things are at the start of the mission, we're going to immediately start off with standby just to try and get the pirates to do a little bit more.
What?
This is, there might be a lot of pirates.
Sir.
And then we're trying to get as much as we can out of this. We want to just get you to cover as fast as possible. So we are just going to book it for the zone. We've got 9 enemies to kill to get our full thing, and we can't break too many structures. So that's what we want to not fire the rocket at. That's the main way I think we're going to break things.
What? Orders?
Now we can go back to you. Right now, I don't think we need to be given points, but we will start hot-footing it. This requires being deployed to fire. It makes sense. But yeah, we want to just start you guys moving over. And you can see Pike with his big rocket launcher on his back. And you can I think I can see all 3 of the rockets he's got, which I always think is really fun. And then
Orders?
Darby, you're a little bit out on your own, but we can sneak you out. I do believe, yeah, there's cover and line of sight blocker there, so I'm pretty comfortable just chucking Darby in it. She's pretty self-sufficient. She's been kicking butt, taking names.
Okay.
And then Rewa, get in there, champ. You're the heavy hitter down the middle. Get me some vision. I don't think we're gonna run into someone with an RPG this soon. There's a lot of pirates.
Ready, Major.
Don't love that. Alright, so this fence does seem to block my infantry-sized units, but I can get right up behind. I can't quite get into the cover, but I can get behind the line of sight blocking. And if we do see people, we can increase his action points. So we're gonna... Again, we are on a bit of a time crunch because of our objectives. 2 of them are completing it within a certain amount of time, so...
What?
Doing that
Orders?
is important.
Sir.
We're gonna hold on to you in case
What?
anybody pops out,
Eyes open.
and Darby is just hot-footing it into some cover, because infantry in cover much better than infantry out of cover. And my current plan is to have the rest of the group try and capture this as fast as possible, and have Darby basically stay on the lookout. So we're going to be deploying her and staying nice and huddled for as long as we can.
What?
Sir.
We're going to delay, try and make the
What?
pirates move a bit. We haven't gotten anything else, and I do want to have the option to use Pike's abilities, so we are going to try and scoot Rewa forward just a little bit. Not seeing anything, we're going to just hang out.
Who, sir?
And then Pike's going to just follow up behind,
Good.
so he can help get in there. Because even with a small squad, I think he captures at the same speed.
What?
It's too quiet. I never trust it when it's that quiet. But Lim, get into cover. Start capping this point. Unfortunately, he can't deploy, but we are on the zone, and that will be good. Oh, hello.
What?
So that's some stuff over there. What do we got? We got a pirate flamethrower team in a truck. They're on a light transport truck with a lot of armor. You can see it's got 108 armor on the front, but only 60 on the rear. So that's what we want to be shooting at if we can. 120 health. That is a hard target. And then this is the pirate flamethrower team. I'm not sure if there's another team in the truck or if this is the team in it. But there's a pirate flamethrower team. A small team of pirates armed with a flamethrower to smoke out enemies in close combat. Let's see if we can get a nice look at you guys. Yeah. They've got a flamethrower, scavenger suit, and a pirate assault rifle. So they can fire at long range, but they're also pretty scary close range. They got 10 health a unit. So I'm a little bit nervous about them, but I think they're pretty far away that we're not in too much
Orders?
danger.
Sir.
I can also have Pike. He can't quite make it into cover and buff, but we're gonna do his standby to see if we can get more information.
What?
No information.
Sir.
I want to give you some AP.
Ready on my signal.
I want to get you probably to here, just so you have as much line of sight blocking as you can, and you're closer to getting on the point.
What?
Orders!
Alright, and then if I do take a shot with you, they are out of range. So, unfortunately, if we try and pull around the back, we'll leave the zone. And so for right now, I think I want to get closer to this nice big piece of cover to try and stay in the zone and force them to come to me.
What?
And then we still don't have much going on.
Eyes open.
Darby's just kind of hanging out and having a great time.
Okay, okay.
There's no like Overwatch system, so I am kind of just having to end the turn. And then I want Rewa to get over here because I do have contact. Darby's in a place where she can pull back if she needs to, and that truck's gonna be hard to kill with small arms fire. So it's really rocket launcher or the MMG on the APC. Oh, hello.
We've got movement.
Don't freak out!
Hello, boys. Alright, so Darby's got some friends. Oh, okay, so deploying off of the trucks is an action for the truck, not for the people inside.
Orders.
Over here, we've got a Pirate Outcast truck, Pirate Outcast squad on a heavy transport truck. This one's got a lot more armor. We're kind of hoping this thing doesn't have weapons attached to it. And these, I assume, are the Pirate Outcasts, a loose group of outlaws armed with various weapons and possibly under the influence of illegal substances. They've got Outcast rags, pirate pipe gun, scrap bomb, and bundle grenade. Okay, so getting close to them is going to be a bad idea because they will be able to throw grenades at me. They are incredibly lightly armored. I wonder what Darby's chance to hit these guys is through their cover. Pretty good, actually. She's deployed and she's pretty good at this. If we remember, so these fire 2 shots, this fires 6 shots. And I wonder... Yes, the accuracy goes to poor accuracy, and that just feels not ideal. So we're gonna start ourselves off with a couple of shots on these guys. Ooh. Okay, yeah, so Darby just put some heavy fire, and so we've seen a couple of things. 1, 4 models dead. That's huge. 2, they're fleeing. I think it's retreating for them. So we absolutely shattered their morale. And they're pinned down, so they're not going to be able to shoot back. They're only going to be able to crawl. Which means that we can freely use our attack on something else. I think we can shoot areas we can't see. But I could also shoot the tank. It's not going to do anything. It's got 132 armor on the front. So I want to first find out, can I blind fire an area that I believe enemies are? Yes, okay. That's something I really like. One of my gripes in a lot of these types of games is when you lose sight of an enemy, you can't target them. And on some level that does make sense. You can't see something, you can't shoot something. Also, quick side note, Dipstick, also an awesome squaddy name. And I don't mind having a penalty to hit things I can't see, but it is like I am blind firing through a bunch of cover because bullets go through visual obstacles by and large. They're quite dangerous that way. And it doesn't look like it did very much, but I like that I can put some hurt down. So we're going to end Darby's turn. We're going to see what happens. Ah, these guys got up and they're now running some heavy cover. So we can see that unlike the first group that got fully pinned down, that group only got suppressed, and they spent their turn getting up and moving. And so we can see having some offensive stuff right off the bat was worth quite a bit. Over here, we've got the flamethrower team way in the back. We can see they have a very long attack range. I don't think a flamethrower is going to do anything to our APC, based on my knowledge. And so I'm going to try and get you in here and deployed and assume that some cover and enough range will protect you from the flamethrower.
We're moving.
We're going to deploy so you have increased defense, and we have that rocket launcher if the truck comes around the corner. and you're now in the zone to help capture.
What are you gonna do? Shoot us?
I am gonna shoot you. That would be my plan.
Orders.
What?
Now I have the problem that they're kind of like tucked in there, and I don't love that. How far can Rewa get and still potentially crack a shot off? Not super far. We are going to try and close some distance with her because she does have the powerful gun. It does look like that was the only team in the truck, and the truck is now empty. So we only have the flamethrower team to worry about. Given that, I'm just gonna move her up so we can flank around. Because again, I'm not worried about assault rifles and flamethrowers on an APC. We got more friends over there.
Eyes on.
What are you guys? Why do you have a little flag over your head?
About time.
Alright. You guys are pirate scavengers. A loose group of outlaws armed with various weapons and possibly under the influence of illegal substances. Scavenger suit, pirate assault rifle, workshopped RPG, scrap bomb. Alright, yes, we can see this guy has got an RPG. That is a problem. But they're similar to our groups. It seems like they are capturing. Which I'm going to learn more about as the mission progresses, because we only got Lim's the only one left. And so if I'm feeling kind of frisky, I could run him around the corner and then start him on the next turn. I also can't quite get him close enough to take a shot. I could maybe go to here and see. Let's try that. I'm feeling a little bit aggressive today. The time crunch we're on helps with that. So they're over there and deployed. And so them getting around to here could be quite hard. If I go here, I won't have sight. But I do have Rewa who can swing around. But I kind of want to go here and try and start him off with some fire next turn. And if I'm doing that, I should just commit to getting as close as I can. And have Rewa go support Darby. These guys hopefully don't get a full turn after being deployed. Yeah.
Orders.
Orders?
Sir.
Darby's in cover and they're not deployed, so we are gonna leave her hanging a little bit. Your effective range with this is best at 4 tiles is your highest accuracy. And moving allows you to shoot for 30. And so we could get to here. Will it show me if I can see them from there? Yeah, so we could see them from like back here, but they would still have some cover. But given what I've seen, I feel like they would kind of crumple pretty hard if I just like walk up and shoot them. Again, our movement on the snow is a little bit tough. And I don't think well, so we have 60 left here, and so if I move here, I think I should be able to move here. Fire for 30 with running gun. It's not going to be great because they're in cover, but it will put some shots down range.
What's your problem?
Yeah, okay, so we did some good damage. We did some nice stuff. We can move here for 24, and that still leaves us with 30, and because of his running gun, I can shoot again. It's still not going to be great, but they're already almost dead with from the arc gun. Yeah, they're fleeing, they're down, they're dead. Fantastic.
Impressive shooting, Marine.
Good job, Lim. He's outside the zone now, but I'll have to deal with that. You guys can fire Darby.
I got the aim of a Ricari.
Oh!
Orders?
We good? We're good. Okay, so we're taking some fire. Our cover's taking some damage, but overall, she's doing pretty good. I think these guys are about to have their day ruined by her, personally. Because she is so powerful.
Sir.
Over here, I just want to get Pike in the best position to start running over, but he doesn't need to move yet. Rewa can't get
Orders?
range, so we are going back to Darby. These guys are still suppressed, so I'm honestly not concerned. They get to shoot once, and that's it. Our spray is not even in range of those guys, so we are going to be doing another couple of shots at these guys. Alright, so we got a little specialist disabled pop-up. So what I'm believing is the model with the RPG got killed, but he doesn't seem to be. So maybe it was a different guy with the grenade or something like that. But again, they're suppressed, killed a couple of models. Firing powerful rifles at people, not good for their health. We're gonna fire again because they have the most health and the most threat to me. Yeah, they're pinned down, they're retreating. Pretty classic Darby. A full round of shooting, and there you go.
What?
And then Rewa is pretty confident that everything over here is pretty fine, so we're just gonna start powering on to support Darby and get to our second objective. I am curious if they destroy a cover, I get in trouble for that, but hopefully I won't have to find that out.
Who, sir?
Yeah, okay. I'm not sure how securing works because you look like you're on the point, but we didn't make progress over here, so
Who, sir?
a little bit. Oh, the turn's not over. You're just still sitting here. Yep, my bad. We're gonna get you up, and we're gonna move a little bit closer to the doorway. Maybe I'm in range of Lim with a sight line. Yeah, so I can give Lim some more points so he can get back in the zone.
About time.
Lim, get back in the zone. Hopefully this takes us up to 4 out of 6, if it's number of people per turn. Or it might just be every turn I have at least one person in there.
What?
Yeah, so it is we get it per person per turn. I'm guessing this bar is if I let them, the pirates, hold the point too long, I will lose the mission. I'll fail the secure the launcher battery.
Orders?
So over here you guys don't have to do much. They have one more turn of
Orders.
sitting there before they can start moving. So again, we're back to Darby. And for those of you at home, if you can guess what Darby's about to do, you win bonus points. I'm about to shoot people. He's in cover and deployed. He's in cover and deployed. I got better accuracy against this guy because this guy's got 2.2 shield cover all facing me. This guy's got 2 1s and a 2, so we're going to try and finish off this group. They're not dead, but they're sure not having a good time. They're still retreating, and there's only 2 of them left, so I'm going to switch my fire to this group and try and get them back to go prone. Get back on the ground, boys. Yeah, so that's, second specialist disabled because the rocket launcher guy went down. So that's the workshopped RPG and the scrap bomb guys each down. So that tells me going forward that when I get fired at, there is a chance that, like, I'll have to go over to Pike to show this, but if Pike, if we get shot at, one of the squaddies goes down, we just lose some of our main firepower. If Pike goes down, we actually lose access to the rocket launcher, which makes sense. Dead guy can't shoot.
What?
So they've got some people off screen moving. Rewa still needs to get over here, and we're just powering on. Darby's all alone. I do want to start getting that capture because if I keep this pace up, I might be able to get this in 10 turns, but oh man, you gotta move fast to do this.
Sir.
You really gotta be hot-footing it. We're gonna wait.
Sir.
We're gonna go to Lim. Same thing, I want to get you as close to the door as I can so we can start moving sooner rather than later. Just some schmoving.
Who, sir?
What?
Alright, so I don't think we're going to be able to get it within 10 rounds. That would have required, I think, better use of Rewa, having her over here sooner.
Armor detail on duty.
I sent her to the far side, and they just didn't need that as much. Or maybe recognizing that there was no one else over here, and Pike could just hold it by himself, and I could have Lim, a couple more turns of movement closer, or maybe in the APC. and with 3 people I could do this. So I think I definitely could have done this better. You guys gonna run away?
Sir.
Yeah,
Orders.
run.
Orders.
I'll kill you. So seeing him
Hostile
die actually
eliminated.
broke their willpower, so I don't think it'll matter. They have 4 health, and one of those shots will take him out.
Yes, I
Nice.
like how you work.
We still
Thanks.
have a bunch of enemies out and about.
Sir.
I wonder how many of those are the trucks. I will have Pike stay over here and attempt to figure out how much of that is the trucks. So we are going to run him over here and deploy and see if blowing up a truck counts as destroying part of the enemy forces.
About time.
And then Lim, you've just got to start running. There's no way you're going to make it, but maybe it'll help me with that 14 rounds if that becomes an issue.
Visual acquired.
Hey, we got more!
What?
Yeah, she's just getting tickled.
Orders. Orders.
Yeah, so if I try and stand up,
Sir.
I won't be able to do
What?
things. These guys are over there, and yeah, I can't quite get to there, but if I go here, they should be in range, and her big gun should just suppress them real easy. I can't see them, but the blind firing did work, so we are just gonna be like, what if I blasted you? Yeah, you can see some damage there, and hopefully that suppresses them a little
Sir.
bit.
Orders. Orders.
And then Dobby, we gotta stand you up, and we gotta run you in, and then we're gonna
Op
utilize.
4, moving.
Ooh, there's a pirate flamethrower team. I don't love that. That is gonna be a we need to be in cover kind of
Moving
moment.
to waypoint.
Uh,
Enemy movement.
We found them all. Pirate scavengers, pirate outcasts. All right, get into cover, Darby.
Moving to cover. Eyes on.
Oh man, I really wish I had my smoke grenades up. That's another whole group of scavengers. Okay, we're gonna have to drop some smokes. Ooh, we're gonna lose some squaddies probably. There's a lot of heavy fire coming at us,
Sir.
even if it is from long
Orders.
range.
Sir.
I do want to see what this does to this truck. Is it a truck? I don't think it's a truck anymore. That is no longer a truck. But it was not one of the enemies, unfortunately. So we're going to stand up and start moving back. It does tell me this rocket is deeply effective, but yeah, it also looks like from all of these, they have little deployment trucks that help them get where they're trying to go. And they don't seem to get back in. Oh, stop firing at Darby, please. So she's actually holding out admirably well. Hopefully at the start of the next turn, I can drop some smokes, put some more suppressive fire down with Roa, and that will help. But, oh boy. Yeah, don't love that. They're going to stand up, they're going to move, they don't actually have enough AP to shoot after that. So yeah, they're just going to get back down.
What?
Okay, smoke grenades. I believe I can just... Yeah, be like, what if you guys couldn't see her? Oh yeah, that's so cool. I probably should have shot first, now that I think about it. Because I can't shoot through. But I do know where some of them are, and so I could just spend the turn blind firing, and I am kind of tempted to do that. We had some pretty successful suppression from the first round, and so I'm hoping we get a couple of kills, couple of suppress,
Sir.
just to try and hold them back.
Orders.
And Dobby is currently in the smoke, but I would like to get her to a place where she can poke her head out and return fire. And so I'm going to try and sneaky her over to here in the smoke and in some cover. Ooh, that's close enough that we can see. I don't love that. Can I get back to here and still deploy? Can I get here and deploy? I'm a little bit dubious about this, but we are going to give it a shot. This gets us into cover and deeper into the smoke. We're going to deploy in here, and we're going to try hoping that our moving around... Ooh, they can still see us. I'm not far enough into the smoke. Okay.
Orders.
That is my bad. Alright, Lim, we need your help. Man, splitting up is so rough. Getting these done in 10 turns is hard. Oh, okay. They missed the grenade.
No more trick shots.
So they're kind of blind grenading the smoke, which makes sense. It's what I would do if my opponents were buried with smoke grenades. So probably want to hide behind smoke in the future, not in it. I am really tempted to use this strafing run. Now that I think about it, maybe I should. Can I, like, target it in a direction? Oh, so I would have to do something like that.
Fire mission underway.
Okay. So it is one turn, it looks like. Yeah, so it's not going to go off for a while.
Orders.
I do want Darby to go. It does look like you can just shoot at this guy. We are suffering from... it's in cover, it's deployed, and then we're in the smoke is my assumption for why our accuracy is so bad. That's about to get wasted by the chopper, so I do want to move back to here. Yeah, and I'm hoping I can get some sight lines on a cheeky flamethrower team. Oh, being in the smoke is really bad for your accuracy.
Let's go around them.
Oh, we didn't hit a single shot of that. Oh!
Trinkets!
Awesome. Yeah, okay. I swear I'm good at games like this. You'll have to just take my word for it. Oh, man. Yeah, so no suppression, but that killed all 5 squaddies. Wow. Alright. Oh, and I'm not in range. Man. Okay, well, we are gonna have to smoke off her running away. We're gonna drop more smokes. Try and get her out of there alive. Oh, what a disaster, man. What a disaster.
Sir.
Oh, okay, Lim, get to cover. At least you can help out, as Darby is down for the count. Oh boy. I got hopefully the strafing run pretty soon here. Okay, you're starting to move up. And then it looks like the strafing run, yes, it's the end of the... Do a full turn. Let's see what the strafing run does. There goes one of our buildings. Darby is, strangely enough, like, doing okay mentally. I am gonna just have to, like... Well, right now you're just, like, deep in smokes. So I think I just run you that way and rely on the smokes for cover. Because you're all by your lonesome. I gotta get you out of here. 5 squaddies to a flamethrower. Oh. Hey, they don't call it anti-infantry for nothing. What do we got in here?
Let me have them.
Alright, you guys do not have cover from us. We're gonna waste you. Oh, pinned down, wavering, 5 guys dead. That's what I like to see. These guys, aren't gonna do anything to an APC. They've got assault rifles and flamethrowers. Yeah, they're not even gonna try. Lim is at risk from these, but next turn Rewa can start and open up on them, and so I'm very interested in trying to get him into a good position where I can, you know, deploy him, but that looks like it's going to be a little bit tough. So we're just going to try and tuck him in. There's only one flamethrower guy and he's already moved, so I'm not too worried. yeah, you can see the buffs we have. Yeah, his running gun, and then actually, let's see what smoke does. Actually, minus 70%. It also reduces your damage received. Didn't seem to help the squaddies, so... Yeah, so firing out of the smoke did not work at all.
Who, sir?
And then you just gotta start schmozing your way on over. I'm not sure how much damage that strafing run did. I didn't get a good look at it.
Orders.
Oh boy, alright. Okay, so it did actually mess up a couple of them, but
Sir.
What?
oh man, there's a lot of scabs out here. Yeah, so this is just, yeah, so all of her shots are suppressive fire. If I move here, I have a much better shot at these guys, and they're the most important to kill. So we are going to move up, and we are going to see... I could just run them over. That might work better, honestly, and would get her a little bit closer in. So we're going to try that. We're going to see how this does, because it did pretty good previously. No, it did not do what I wanted in the slightest. And then we are going to have to probably take our best shot at pirate scavengers who are closest to my guys. Oh boy. Alright, that's a chain panic. So they got pinned down and are retreating. That made these guys waver. These guys started retreating. These guys started wavering. These guys started retreating. Alright, so that was actually incredibly powerful. Oh, what?
Now's our chance!
Haha. What? Alright, so those flamethrower teams are absolutely terrifying. Man, okay, like I saw their attack range, but I assume that was for the assault rifles they've got on them. And like, yeah, 4 tiles is not that far. They don't need to be deployed for them, but man, I didn't think about that. All right. Yeah, that just absolutely wrecked him. That's half his squad down, and he's now pinned. Not pinned, he's pressed. And he's retreating. Yeah, he's absolutely panicked. Totally fair.
Sure.
So
Still in the fight, Major.
I got nothing. I got Darby taking pot shots from max range if I'm lucky. Yeah, I can get Darby into cover and have her try and, you know, tag this guy, but ooh. Yeah, so she can only just fire a couple of shots. Okay, so she got one of them, made him break. So I should have proned, not proned, crouched.
We are vectored!
Oh yeah, yeah, you're vectored. I understand. I don't know if that's better cover, but it's something. Oh, Lim is not having a good day. Oh god.
Move out!
Oh, what a disaster. What an absolute disaster. Oh man, are you guys fleeing? I think this counts for destroying if they just run away. Oh man, okay. Lim's come back. He's got 80 AP. Because he's wavering. Only got 3 guys. Man, so they're wavering, they're suppressed, they're doing good. You guys are retreating. Your specialist is disabled, finally. I think we're just trying to shoot at whatever we have the best aim at, so we are gonna just be opening up on you guys. Yeah, we're just trying to do as much damage as we can. And then I don't really trust that you're still that you're not gonna kill me, so we are gonna just roll you over.
Back in the fight.
Yeah.
That's it, Marine.
And that makes them absolutely panic. Alright, we're pulling this back. by tooth and by claw.
Damn!
Hopefully he just leaves.
Orders?
No, they're just running away. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna just full auto you. Yes. Awesome. Okay.
Keep it up, Marine. Medals don't earn themselves.
We're
Better shape up,
hanging in
Marine.
there.
Hoorah!
Oh boy, this mission went absolutely
Orders.
sideways. Darby, I see in range of you, way back here. Yeah, you just keep putting a little bit of hurt on. He's got 20 health.
Insult to the core, Marine.
Nah, you missed, but maybe?
Yeah, we're just joking!
Alright, didn't armor pet. Oh, it did. He did 6 damage. So Darby's doing something from back here.
Who, sir?
She's really trying. Pike's, unfortunately, like a real squad now. He's got the same size as my other biggest squad. Which is just a terrible, terrible thing to think about. They're wavering. Alright, Roa, time to commit absolute crimes. Just annihilate them. This guy would be my final one, which would be awesome. Nice.
Bring me more! Orders?
So there's no way we finish this in time, but I can
Moving!
get a couple of people on site. Oh, what an absolute disaster this mission was. Did not respect the flamethrowers. Yeah, you're not gonna move, it's just you. Yeah, so the flamethrower guys only have 3 people in a squad, and seem like they don't have great range, but oh my god, against infantry, they absolutely rip. I really didn't respect them. I really didn't think they would do that much damage.
What?
Wow, it wiped my squads. But yeah, we're just gonna hang out and
Pack it up. We are
complete our
returning to
mission. We didn't lose the squad, technically. We didn't destroy more than one structure, so we're at 3 out of 5 stars. I'm not proud, but we did it. Oh man. Alright, so they're a little bit weaker as they go. Yeah, we can see the strategic assets up here. Oh. We did get some items though. We did get a flamethrower, a pirate pipe gun, and that workshopped RPG. Alright, so they do drop some of their weapons. So the aliens, we just got money. These are worth less money, but they are equipment that I can use, it seems. Oh, what an absolute... Alright, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 squaddies. KIA. Dipstick lived. God bless. Oh, what a mission. Frustrated. Yeah, bruised. This character's... Trigger lost all squaddies. Yeah, understandable. This character suffered various minor injuries, usually from intense combat. They are not out of action, but suffer from reduced effectiveness, -5 accuracy and -5 discipline. 5%.
The mission
Still
is in
euphoric,
perfect order.
though. She's hanging in there. He did technically get a vehicle kill, which I find to be interesting. The trucks just seem to be for deployment purposes. They don't actually seem to do anything once combat has begun. Goodbye, goodbye. Thanks for joining me in the bog. I'm Willow, and if you enjoyed having me as your guide, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more Menace and many other journeys to come.